Luke and Amber from Begeerte emailed me a few weeks ago, asking me to take part in this year's Aanbevelingen voor nog beter leven. They said that because of all the crises going on right now, it's difficult to speak of an even better life. So for 2020, the project is simply called Recommendations for a Life. Could I contribute something beautiful or inspiring? I wrote back and said, sorry, I can't. It would be wrong. I told them why, at some length. They wrote back and said, we want to respect your refusal. But then they suggested, would you consider rewriting what you tell us in your email as a recommendation for a life? So, here are the reasons why I felt I shouldn't be talking to you right now. Throughout this COVID pandemic and the lockdowns, I've been increasingly aware of how privileged I am compared to most other people. The poverty in which I spent my early life is long behind me. These days, I own my own home, a nice flat near the sea. I have no debts. The only expenses I must meet are council tax, my share of the upkeep for the building I live in, electricity, gas, water and food. These expenses are easily covered by what I've earned from my books. The virus that's devastating our society, maybe devastating you, poses no great threat to me. My job is a job which can only be done at home, in isolation, and which doesn't require the rest of society to be open for business. I have no dependents, no children missing out on an education, no elderly parents needing care. The postman brings me comics from eBay. I take long walks by the seashore, bothered by nothing and no one. Sure, I get worried about stuff that's happening in the world. I'm horrified by the breakdown of democracy in the USA. I'm appalled by Brexit. I anticipate that in the months and years to come, the combination of COVID and lousy government will lead to an epidemic of unemployment and homelessness. I therefore feel that I have no right to advise other people, who are probably in much worse circumstances than me, how to cope with the stresses of our time. Organizations like Begeerte believe in the transformative and healing power of art. Art offers opportunities to escape, to travel to exotic worlds, to step outside of time, to transcend the limitations of earthbound existence. Art can indeed deliver those things, as long as real life isn't too cruel, and sometimes even when it is. But there's a difference between the art itself and an artist using a forum like this to tell you how to live. I could, for example, advise you that in the midst of anxiety and turmoil, you should go out for a walk and see what the sky is doing, how the light is playing on the leaves. It's good advice. We all need exercise for a start. But when you're worried about losing your home because you can't pay the mortgage or the rent, and your kids are scared, and you're scared, and all the things you've been looking forward to have been cancelled, how likely is it that you'll want to go out and look at the sunlight on the leaves? What use are the clouds? I know from bitter experience what it's like to be clinically depressed and to have a breakdown. When I was in that space, I needed help with real-world problems. I didn't need someone to preach to me about the sublime. My art is out there for anyone who may derive consolation or inspiration from it. But as a person, the only recommendations I have are the same cliches everybody exchanges every day. Stay safe. Good luck. Hope you're doing okay. This won't last forever. Begeerte is doing something practical about real-world problems by paying a fee, to those writers whose ability to make a living may be disrupted by the current crisis. I will donate my own fee to charity. Tot ziens, and thanks for listening.